Hello, ni hao, bonjour, konnichiwa, hola, habari, mulishani, and wagwan. Welcome to Beyond Borders podcast. If you're new here, I'm your host, Dr. Charity Campbell Capella, known in the travel space as Doctora the Explorer, but mostly known as Dr. CK. Here at Beyond Borders, I share transformative travel experiences and cultural insights and help you see that cultural intelligence touches every part of our lives. Hey, bridge builders, I'm Dr. CK, and we are back for another episode. Today, we're going to explore how your communication skills can be your most powerful economic asset. So let's go beyond traditional career advice and dive into how strategic communication can transform uncertain economic landscapes. Now, recently, I was selected by the U.S. Department of State for a fascinating project in Iraqi Kurdistan. And I want to tell you, if this was one of those podcast shows where I had like sound effects and things, I would have a whole stadium cheering and clapping for me right now because I've been blessed with this opportunity, not because I speak Arabic, because I do not, but because of my ability to communicate, design transformative learning experiences, and build cultural bridges. Specifically, I'll be working to enhance English communication skills for museum guides in the tourism and hospitality sector. Now, imagine the potential. Professionals learning to craft narratives that don't just describe artifacts, but invite global audiences into a rich living story of culture and history. In a region rebuilding its tourism industry, communication becomes a critical economic lever. These guys are learning to do more than translate. They are learning to connect, to inspire, and to create economic opportunity. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today, how your communication skills can be your greatest economic resilience strategy. So let's go beyond. Now, here's the truth. In today's global economy, your ability to communicate isn't just a skill, it is your competitive advantage. Think about it. When economic uncertainty hits, who survives? The professionals who can, 1, articulate complex ideas clearly, 2, navigate cross-cultural conversations, and 3, adapt their communication style to different contexts. Now, for my museum guides in Iraqi Kurdistan, learning English isn't about memorizing vocabulary. It's about building confidence, telling compelling stories, and creating economic opportunities where others may see barriers. And the same should apply to you. Your communication skills are a form of economic currency. They allow you to pitch innovative ideas, build international networks, position yourself as an indispensable team member, and also create opportunities where others see limitations. Let me break down exactly how communication becomes your economic shield. First, cultural intelligence. It's not just understanding words. It's understanding context, nuance, and human connection. When you can read a room, adapt your message, and connect authentically, you become irreplaceable. Now, take my museum guides. They're doing more than refining their English. They are learning to bridge cultures, to invite global visitors into Iraq's rich, complex narrative. I mean, that's literally economic strategy in action. Now, for you, this means transforming technical jargon into compelling stories or negotiating across cultural divides, even turning potential misunderstandings into opportunities for collaboration. Now, the second thing is confidence, and I mean true confidence. You know, the kind that comes from knowing that you can communicate effectively in any situation. When economic landscapes shift, confident communicators do more than survive. They pivot, they innovate, they create their own opportunities. So let's go beyond traditional survival strategies here, okay? We're talking about thriving no matter the economic climate. Now, lean in and listen closely to what I'm about to say, okay? Come on, lean in. Economic resilience is not about having the most credentials. Yes, I said it. And yes, I know what I have, the credentials I hold, but it's not about any of that. It's about communicating your value effectively. When budgets tighten and companies restructure, professionals who can clearly articulate their impact rise to the top. Your ability to communicate becomes your most powerful professional asset. In Iraqi Kurdistan, these museum guides are positioning themselves as critical bridges between local heritage and global audiences. The same strategic approach applies to you. Imagine walking into a meeting and clearly explaining complex ideas, navigating cultural nuances with ease, and presenting solutions that transcend language barriers. You might think it's communication, but it is not. It's an economic strategy. Now, if you feel like you're lacking in this area, I got you covered because here are 3 key strategies to level up your communication and economic resilience. Number 1, write it down, take notes. Develop adaptive communication. Okay? What this means is you got to learn how to read rooms. Okay? You have to learn how to read rooms. And then, after reading the room, adjust your communication style. And then connect across different cultural contexts. It's extremely important to develop adaptive communication. The second strategy is to build narrative skills. Transform data and technical information into compelling stories that inspire action. That is a result of building narrative skills. And then number 3, cultivate confident delivery. Master the art of speaking with authority, but still being approachable, even when discussing challenging topics. But here's the $1,000,000 question, friend. How do you actually develop these skills? Because it's definitely not an overnight transformation. It is, however, consistent and intentional practice that helps you get there. So start small. You can watch international TED Talks. You can join global professional networks. I have one that I can actually recommend you. It's the International Society of Organization Development and Change. It's called ISODC. You can also, if you are in the English field, you can join the teaching English for foreign languages, English as a foreign language. There is a professional development network for those as well. I can put links to both of those in the resources. So I need to make sure that I remember to do that, but yeah, I could put links in there. Also, practice storytelling with colleagues from different cultural backgrounds. If you don't have any, find some friends. If you don't have any, okay. Well, sir, look, we live in 2025, okay? This is the new age right here. You can find some people with different cultural backgrounds that you can practice storytelling with. Or you can also record yourself speaking and then analyze your delivery. We tend to be so hard on ourselves. We're like our biggest critics. So you can record yourself speaking and then be brave enough, confident enough to analyze your delivery. Watch the whole thing and then analyze it. And also be kind to yourself, right? But know this, each conversation is an opportunity to refine your communication muscles. Remember my museum guides? Well, they aren't becoming confident communicators by accident. Trust me, they are investing in themselves, understanding that their ability to connect is their most valuable professional asset. And I've said it a few times, but I'm going to say it again. The same applies to you. Let's go beyond just talking about skills. Let's create an action plan. So, your homework. If my coach is listening to this, she is probably chuckling because let me tell you something. Sister girl gives me homework every single week, and I'd be like, Coach, come on now. I feel like my university students when I be saying, and your homework is, and they be like, oh my God, Dr. CK, come on. Can we get a break? No. Here's your homework for the week. This week, I want you to have one cross-cultural conversation. Practice explaining a complex idea in 3 sentences, not 17, not a whole 30-minute conversation, just 3 sentences. And also, something a bit fun, I think, listen to a podcast in a language that you're learning. Now, if you are learning English, you have the right podcast right here, friend. You are listening to the right one. But if you're learning something else, like Arabic, Spanish, or Mandarin, if you're trying to learn any other language, right? Listen to a podcast in that language. Economic uncertainty, it does not have to be a barrier. With the right communication strategy, it actually becomes your launching pad. You are more powerful than any economic shift. Your words, your story, your ability to connect, now that is your real currency. Let's go beyond limitation and let's create opportunity. Listen, I want to thank you for listening to Beyond Borders podcast. I can't express my gratitude enough. It humbles me to know that you tune in every week to learn from me. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the Beyond Borders podcast. Download today's episode, rate, comment, and share so we can ignite a cultural revolution all across the globe. I also invite you to connect with me on YouTube, Pinterest, and my newest adventure, Substack. Let me know what kind of cultural insights and travel experiences you'd like to see more of. Also, if you have any questions or would like to be a guest on the show, please email me at charity@drtheexplorer.com and someone will respond in a timely manner. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, remember to keep your mind open and your suitcase ready. See you in the next episode as we go Beyond Borders.